Okay, welcome back. Let's go to the next phase. So the goal here is to put on our new laser cylinder. Here's the part number again, for anybody who isn't aware. It's actually 44337. So we're going to put this on today and do some timing. We'll get the timing numbers off of it, see where we're at. One thing that this did not come with was another wrist pin bearing, unfortunately. And I was looking around my parts bin, I don't have one. So I'm going to use the original Holzforma wrist pin bearing. It looks good, the needles all look real good. There's no heat in it, and I compared it. I put the wrist pin on it and put it in the crankshaft connecting rod, and there's no play, no issues at all, and everything fits really well. So we're going to reuse that, kind of unfortunately, but I don't have another one. These are the original Holzforma wrist pin clips. They have just the one tang on them. These are the ones that came in the laser kit. They have two tangs, but they're smaller tangs. Basically OEM style is like this one here, where it also has just one tang, but the tang is smaller than the one for the Holzforma. So what I would like to do is to use the new wrist pin clips from the laser, but I'm going to trim the tabs down some. I'm going to do that on both of those. Also on the piston, because there are a lot of really sharp edges on here all the way around, I'm going to take some sandpaper and just radius those a little bit just to take the sharpness off of some of this. And then I will, when that's done, I'm going to put it together, assemble the piston onto the connecting rod with just one wrist pin clip, bolt down the cylinder, and we'll get some timing numbers and see where we're at. So to sand this, I'm going to start with some 320 grit. It's kind of in between rough and coarse and fine, so I'm going to use this to just take some of the rough edges off. And when I'm done with that, and I put the piston on the connecting rod and bolt the cylinder down, we'll be right back. Okay, I've got the sharp edges of the piston sanded down, and I've installed it. Put one circlip in, put in the wrist pin, and put the cylinder on. Got it bolted down now. I've also got the timing wheel all set up. For the circlips, I just took a little bit off the high spots there, off the longer pieces, just to take some of the load off during operation. Hopefully that will keep the circlips in and it won't bounce around on me. So we're going to do squish at the end, but let's go ahead and do the exhaust right now. So let's do the timing. So here's the exhaust. Let's see. Right about there. So the exhaust is, hopefully you guys can see it clearly. We'll call it 103, 102 and a half, 103. Let's call it 103. 103 after top dead center. Okay, we'll go to the intake side first before we go to the transfers. Okay. And this is going to be before top dead center where it opens. Yeah. This intake does not open even, it opens more to the right hand side. right there. Okay, we'll call it 75. 75 before top dead center. Let's take a look and see where it closes. Right about there. Oh. There's absolutely no friction in this cylinder at all. So it wants to move. I'm just going to stick a towel in here. When I get close, hopefully it'll stop it from rotating on me. Right there. 76. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so opens at 75, closes at 76. Alright, let me get set up for the transfers and we'll do that next. Okay, let's do the transfers. I'm going to use my borescope here. Sorry, I know it's off camera, but hopefully you can at least see the timing numbers. So the upper is open. Right there. Let's see, what do we have? 100, 110, 120, 100, 110, 120, 125, 127 and a half, 128. Ooh. Double check that real quick. There. 126. 126. Okay. Just to be absolutely sure, I'm going to go to the other side. We're talking about an aftermarket cylinder here, so it could be different. Over here, it looks like it opens right about there. Same. Call it 126. $126 after top dead center. Oof. Boy. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and knock out our squish real quick. I'm hoping that this is better than the Holz Forma. I don't know if it will be. We're talking aftermarket here. So, let's do this real quick. There's a good chance it won't be much better. I'm hoping. Let's see what we've got. $31,500. Let's check it one more time on a different side. It's not what I was hoping for. Alright, all the way up against the wall. Check it again. $34,500. Okay. Well, that's what it is with the laser cylinder, no base gasket, and laser piston. So let's talk about it. Okay, so here's what we've got. Stock Hosforma piston and cylinder with the base gasket, squish 53 thousandths. Intake 74 degrees before top dead center, exhaust 98 after top dead center, transfers 122, gives you a blowdown of 24 degrees. The laser piston and cylinder without the base gasket, no base gasket at all, squishes 34 thousandths. Looking here, if I was to take the base gasket out of the Hosforma, assuming it was actually a decent cylinder to use, I mean, I'd probably be at the same number. It's a bummer. I was hoping this would be a little bit lower. You know, anywhere in the 20s, I'd be happy. 34, it's not a killer, but it's not the greatest. Anyway, I have no way to fix that. I can't machine anything. So it is what it is. Intake on the Hosforma with the base gasket was 74. On the laser with no base gasket, 75.5. Had I removed the base gasket on the Hosforma, I'd probably be around the same or even a little bit more intake timing. So that's not, we'll call it a wash. Exhaust 98 on the Hosforma with the base gasket, laser without base gasket 103. It's not a bad number from what I've seen and read, but I'd kind of like it to be about 101, 102. But this would be pretty good for torque. We'll talk about that in a second. Transfers 122 on the Hosforma with the base gasket, 126 on the laser without. So that gives us 23 blowdown. So they're pretty close in blowdown numbers. I'm not sure if the blowdown number itself is so critical. It's more about how the air flows from the bottom to the top. From what I read and understand, this is getting into the porting side of it. It's kind of new for me. That's why I have this thing. It's all for play, for fun. I'm going to try to make some adjustments to these numbers. I'm not a professional porter. There's probably going to be nasty looking grinding, but I'm going to do my best. I really am. I'm going to try and do what I can. This is just for fun. It's a good time. If it fails, it fails. If it blows up, it blows up. Whatever. So what I'm thinking, the squish number I can't do anything with. The intake side, I don't really want to get too much lower. I need to clean it up because the way the intake opens, it opens on the right side before the left side. It kind of has a shape like this, as opposed to being, you know, a perfect U shape. Kind of has more of a in it like this. So it opens earlier here and later here. So I'm going to clean that up. If I get a degree or two, that's fine. No issue. Exhaust 103. That's a little bit lower than what I've read that it's ideal. That might be good for torque and compression, especially considering I have a little bit of a higher squish. I may end up leaving that. I'm not quite sure. I may do a little cleanup on it. We'll see. If I go up a degree, that's not the end of the world. That's fine. We'll see how that goes. Transfers 126 with 23 blowdown. I'd like to raise these. I'd like to get them up a little bit. I do have a 90-degree tool for my Fordham. I've never used it. It's a cheapie. It's probably a piece of junk, but I'm going to try. And I may screw this all up. I may screw it all up. But I'm going to try and raise those up a little bit. I'd like to get, I guess, if you look at blowdown, probably closer to 20. Big thing is just to open them up a little bit so that it can breathe a little bit better, hopefully. Of course, I'll open up the bottom end, the lower transfers too, clean that up a little bit, and then, well, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to do some layout stuff here in the piston. I'm going to mark the exhaust side. I'm going to trace the exhaust port on the piston and the intake port on the piston, see if I can go any wider on anything. I don't know that I can, and we'll make a decision on the next video how I'm going to port. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.